I wish we had television right now because, Ryan, you've brought in a rocket ship. And, well, it's a rocket.
Right.
I mean, it's about, 3 feet tall?
Yeah, 3.5 feet tall.
3.5 feet tall. And this is a prototype of something you actually launched.
Right. This was actually one that I built this summer. I had to get training at Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, and they required me to go down there and get some training to get students involved with this student launch initiative.
Ryan Reed, you are with Northview. You're on the faculty at Northview.
Right.
Sylvania Northview.
Yeah, the engineering teacher at Northview High School.
And you're working on an experiment for NASA.
Correct. Yep, we're creating a rocket this year, but we're also putting a payload on the rocket, which will carry blood, human blood. We actually did perform this experiment last weekend, and it carried a little bit of blood on the rocket, and we're trying to see if we can shear the blood cells and cause cell destruction or cell lysis.
How did you get involved?
Well, I teach aerospace engineering, but more importantly than that, NASA is just working on this new space launch initiative, and their goal is to get people to Mars within the next 20 years. So I think it's really neat for my students to be a part of anything that NASA is working on, and that's what's happening with NASA. It's a really cool experience for the students, really cool experience for Sylvania schools, and we're just really excited to be a part of it.
Now, there might be some scholarship money available?
Yeah, potentially. I think anybody that's involved with this experience could get some scholarships. NASA does provide definitely a pathway to scholarships for students. So I think all of my students could potentially end up with a scholarship. A lot of the students that are involved in the Student Launch Initiative will end up with scholarships and potentially working for NASA someday.
Ryan, you brought with you one of the students working on this project, and he is Michael D'Onofrio, and he is your team leader.
Correct. Yeah, Mike's been an awesome leader this year. He's done the majority of the legwork, and he's just been a great asset to our program this year.
Mike, slide up to the microphone.
How you doing?
I'm amazed. I still can't take my eyes off the rocket. Do you call it a rocket, a missile,
A smaller
projectile?
rocket. A smaller rocket, yep.
Small rocket. How did you get involved? What piqued your interest to get into this kind of experiment?
Well, it all started last year. We joined a program called TARC, Team America Rocketry Competition, and if we do well enough there, NASA invites us. Mr. Reed approached me over the summer and said, "Hey, how would you like to lead this? If you join, you'll be an instrumental part of this." So,
when we talk about the experiment and taking an actual payload into space, where are you in the process?
well, we're on a new milestone. It's called the FRR, Flight Readiness Review. It's possibly the most important milestone on the way. At this milestone, they'll be able to tell us, congratulations, you made it, come down, launch your rocket. Or they'll say, no, you can't come, you're going to have to stay home, I'm sorry. So it'll be exciting.
From Ryan Reed and you, Mike, there's a level of enthusiasm that I believe you're going to succeed. You're
Yes,
going
sir,
to
we
succeed.
hope so.
Yeah. What can we do as listeners to join, maybe join in the process or follow along what's going on?
Well, along the way, we've got a lot of help from the community. So far, we've had, teachers teach us, information about the blood. We've had, Lindy donate liquid nitrogen for us to cool the blood down. And we're going to need to take another step further with donations. We need about $15,000. We have about $150. So we got a long way to go. But
You've got $150. You
Yes.
need $15,000.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. What would be incredible, and I think it's going to happen, is if the community comes together and helps us. We've been searching for donations for months now, but we've had a lot of trouble. We have a few websites that if someone wanted to donate at, they could. One is Sylvania Northview, SLI.weebly.com, and there's a form on there. It's easy to follow.
The rest of your teammates, Do each of you have a specific task, or are you working together on everything each stage of the way?
It depends. Most of the students have their own tasks. What I thought would be the best for the group is to take the team. There's 15 students, and there's much more than 15 jobs to get done. So what I did was I split it up. There's about 3 sections, and there's a team or a section head for each section. Underneath him is about 5 students. So those 5 students divvy up the work between, one of the sections is building the payload, another section is building the rocket, and the third section is education, engagement, and budgeting.
Where are you now in actually practicing shooting the rocket? We've got the prototype here. Have you actually launched something so far?
Yes, we've launched 2 rockets. We built another half scale, which is exactly the same dimensions as the big rocket, but again, obviously half scale. And then we built the full scale and launched it as well. It's nearly 10 feet tall and goes pretty quick.
That's great. That's great. Ryan Reed is in Northview Engineering. He's on the faculty at Sylvania Northview. And Michael D'Onofrio is the team leader. Congratulations to both of you. Best of luck. And that is our program this week. I'm London Mitchell, inviting you to join us again at the same time next week when we will again be in contact.